Welcome back to Reef and Pondwise. It is an absolute beautiful evening, early evening, and on this channel, guys, we talk all about reef and pond related stuff. So if you love reef keeping and pond keeping like I do, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss anything. In this video, I'm going to show you how to raise your KH in your pond correctly. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I'm going to show you a trick here, how to get your fish out of the way when you're treating your pond. And as you can see, there's a couple of fish here that are swimming on that side of the pond, and I'm standing right in front of my bridge. And on this side of the pond, I'm already seeing that there's some fish that are collecting because they see me standing closer here. So what I want to do is get these fish all over on this side of the pond so that when I raise my KH, I'm not going to jeopardize the fish in any way. So let's go ahead and try to do that. So usually what I like to do is just throw some food, and once they see that the food is in the pond, they'll all come swimming this way. So you can see they're heading this way. You'll see a couple that'll dart right there underneath the bridge, underneath that hyacinth there, and they'll all end up over on this side. Now, the way that you raise your KH in your pond when it's really low, and right now it's a little bit lower than I like, it's at 6, and the reason it's at 6 is because we have just been getting torrential, heavy downpours of rain consistently for the last several days, and so I've tried to keep it level, and it just keeps on raining. So it's not supposed to rain out for the next 3 or 4 days, and so hopefully we'll be in good shape. But essentially the way that you go ahead and raise your KH in your pond is simply by adding baking soda, and so that's what we're going to do. I just got that at 7-Eleven, and what I'll do, I've already mixed it up in this bucket. I'm going to go ahead and throw this entire bucket all at one time right in this pond, and you'll see a huge splash. Now guys, I did that for a reason, and hopefully that will be enough for you to remember. Don't ever throw a bunch of water that you've mixed up with a solution, especially baking soda, because you'll kill your fish. So this is really something that's highly debated in the hobby as to how much baking soda you want to put in your pond. Now, I'm a firm believer that once something's in the pond, it's hard to take it out. So take your time putting stuff in your pond. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a 1/4 cup for every 1,000 gallons of water. Now, this pond is 7,500 gallons total, and I'm going to use 2 cups of baking soda. But the key is, do not ever throw all of your baking soda in your pond at one time. So hopefully that's a memorable situation, because you guys probably thought I was going to throw that whole bucket right in there, and that's certainly not the case. You'd wake up to a bunch of dead fish by morning. But what I like to do is get all the fish on one side of the pond as I treat for this kind of thing, and I'm going to go ahead and, it's already been mixed up. I'm going to take just a standard measuring cup, and knowing that the fish are all over here, I'm going to go ahead and pour on the edges just little bits of this pre-mixed baking soda along the edges of the pond. And you do this very, very slowly. So this here is about 2 cups that I just put in, and a total of 2 cups of baking soda is what I mixed in that water. And I'm going to leave this as is here and just let that circulate in the pond, and that's going to be it for now. Now, I mixed enough to treat my entire pond, but you don't throw everything in at one time, and you really want to take it slow and let that circulate for a while. So in another 6 hours or so, I will come out and I will continue to add, and after another 2 cups, you can see how much is in there. It's almost all dissolved. There's a little bit of baking soda residue at the bottom. But what we're going to do is in about 6 hours come out and do another 2 cups of this measuring cup. And then we're going to let it set for another 6 hours. Then we're going to test. So by tomorrow morning, bright and early when I get up, the first thing I'll do is come out and test my water. And I'll just leave this bucket in my shed over there overnight. So we'll be good to check everything that we need to check and keep monitoring how the KH increases. But that's as simple as it is, guys. You don't want to ever put everything in your pond at one time, because if you raise your pH too fast, you'll get pH poisoning or pH shock to your fish, and you'll be as unhappy as a mosquito in a mannequin factory. It's just not conducive to add everything at one time. But if you do it real slow and you take your time and you test your water as you're putting your dosages in, you're going to be a lot happier. So guys, if you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a like. And until next time, anyone can build a pond, but it takes someone special to keep one, and that someone special is you.